Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Guys, tonight slash today, well, a lot of you guys are going to be seeing this tonight. Some people are going to see this today. All in all, whenever you see this video, today guys, we're going to be talking about FIFA 23 and some leaks going forward. Now, there are a lot of other games that are also being developed in the future, which is great. However, I am going to be playing FIFA 23. I'm also going to play other games if they're out. But I'm playing FIFA every year because I've been playing FIFA since FIFA 11. Hopefully it gets better. Please save us, EA. Listen, there's been a lot of information. I've started to kind of understand some of the information that's been leaked. I'm not a huge fan of like content leaks, but in terms of a game that's coming out in, let's say, 3 months from now, I would say about 3 months from now, there's starting to be some information coming out about FIFA 23. And as it comes in, I will probably do like a monthly update for you guys. So this will be kind of like a June update. And then as we kind of get more information, I will kind of talk through and explain that to you guys a little bit. So we have like 5 to 10 things to talk about today, which is pretty crazy. And if you enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up, guys. We're putting in the work. I've kind of game planned a lot of cool videos that are coming your guys' way. So we're going to have a lot of content on the channel, which I'm really excited to bring you guys. First of all, just came out today. And the reason I knew this came out today was Criminal does a lot of my graphics on this channel, so I was kind of brought to this by him. So there's not any position change cards in FIFA 23. Players have primary and secondary positions, and that players like Ronaldinho, who's a left wing, can play cam and left mid as his secondary positions. So we don't really know too much about this yet. We don't know actually anything at all. And most of these people that leak information, I've been muting most of the year because I don't want to see content leaks. Like, I just try to stay away from it as much as possible. This is really interesting because I think this is one of these things where it's going to be really awesome where cards can play, obviously, in multiple positions. There's a guy that has asked here, will it change automatically or will there still be position change cards in the game, only working on the player with that specific? It's going to be automatic. It's almost like career mode if you guys ever played, or potentially like FM maybe. What I'm assuming here is that Dino is going to be able to play left mid, left forward kind of automatically, something like that. And then could also kind of play, his secondary position would be obviously cam or left mid. So I'm assuming you're not going to have to buy these anymore. So this guy, Kieran, is asking, what about players that have played across the front three like Mbappe? If Mbappe starts as a striker, his secondary positions will most likely be left wing and right wing. So I actually think this is really interesting. And I kind of like it in a way because I think what it's going to enable us to kind of be able to do, I've got to log on to FIFA 22 here so I can kind of concept this a little bit. But in a case like Dino, obviously, when you take a look at Dino on this market, there's a lot of added value with Dino's, obviously, cam card here because of the position, right? And obviously, early on in the game, squad building is a really big deal. And then some people are preferring the cam card, some people preferring the left wing. I would say that this type of squad building is more of a large deal at the beginning of the game than it is towards the end of the game. I think with the amount of, what? I've gotten the maximum. Okay, guys, apparently I'm an Ultimate Team nerd. I logged in 3 hours ago, and I've got the maximum amount of times I can log in. All right, sorry about that, EA. Okay, we're not going to be demoing that. Yeah, but anyways, kind of talking about my point. The largest win out of this league for me is that we're not going to have to spend cam to center mid 5K cards. I have been spending so many coins this year on building different teams. Every single time I try to make a new team, I genuinely believe that I'm spending 15K on at least modifiers. So if you're one of those people that's making teams all the time, this is a large win. That's a very surprising one to me. I wasn't really expecting this, but I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be almost like career mode. Not going to stall too much because we do have a lot of points to talk about here. Chemistry rework. I didn't talk about this yet. FIFA 23 chemistry rework. Every nation slash league now works with every nation and league. You can make whatever team you want. So this will be the first time that we're really going to see this in console FIFA where this is a thing. Now, this is on PES as well. I do play eFootball, guys. And if you've watched a couple of my videos or if you've seen my streams, in eFootball, the way that it works, I can demo it to you guys real quick if I go over to my second channel. So you guys can kind of see it, because obviously when I play this game, we show the team before. So what you guys can probably see here, let's show the team. We got to show the team. Did we show our team at all? I hope that we showed our team. Well, regardless, guys, in eFootball, Here you go. So this is my team in eFootball. Now, eFootball has a chemistry system based around your play style, and I'm failing miserably. So as you guys can see in my team, obviously Neymar and Lewandowski they're not linking together. And then obviously, Son and Iniesta do not link together. Actually, Neymar and Lewandowski, it's rumored Lewandowski go to PSG. I don't know if that's going to happen. That'd be crazy, though. But there's no chemistry. The chemistry in this game is based upon play style. So I have to train my players to play in, for example, quick counter play style, and then they gather chemistry. And it's not really a problem. Like, when I play this game, yes, there are top-tier players in this game, but you do see a lot of different players in this game. A lot of people use different players, different teams. So the main argument is that people are a little bit worried at the moment that because EA is getting rid of chemistry completely, that everybody's just going to use the full meta team. Everybody's already kind of doing that, is my take. I think, oh my God, Love Island, I can't miss that. Guys, I have to make this video quick. I have to watch Love Island, the highlights. I missed it today. But listen, this is a big win in my opinion. I mean, for me, like, there's been so many players that, and again, for me, all this stuff, it's a win for the whole year, but I think earlier on in the year too, because when you take a look at, like, Team of the Week, right? A lot of the time, values of Team of the Week players early on are not high because you can't link them. So I think even for this Team of the Week system, like, this is actually a big win for rewards generally next year and reds. If you're going to take a look at the first Team of the Week, obviously there's not that many usable players early on in FIFA, and Team of the Week is extremely behind the power curve. But I would be surprised if you looked at the first two Team of the Weeks and you couldn't find a player that was maybe a little bit less linkable, but was like just a crazy player. So I think for that purpose, it's actually going to be really nice because we do have some of these players in these off leagues throughout the year that do get really good cards and are just a lot harder to link into squads. The first three Team of the Weeks this year were absolutely woeful. I think you look at it like maybe even a Wendell there, maybe even a Tiate. You're talking MLS players, Portuguese league players. I mean, these players earlier on in the year are a lot harder to link, and I think from that perspective of it, even if you looked at it in the perspective of maybe it's a player that's playing in the Saudi league or something like that, where it's just way harder to link this type of player. I think that this is also a huge win, from this. And even looking at in terms of like team of the season, you think about all those boosted players that we've got now. I think it's a big deal. I think this Alvarez card, right? Obviously, he's going to Man City, but nobody was really using this guy. I mean, he was 10K. And 4-star skills, fourth week of FIFA with these stats is still a really good card. So I think you'll see some values increasing here. Yes, obviously, there's going to be a star system, basically, where you can get up to 3 stars. And then players outside the top 5 leagues obviously be more usable. What my designer had told me today, basically, was there was this thing. There's going to be this thing, guys, basically, which is a star rating. So you can kind of like get up to 3 stars. I assume that'll be very similar to PES's system, where maybe you kind of have to train players or play with them maybe to gain chemistry, something like that. I always like looking at the top couple comments here to kind of see what people are saying. So this guy says that he doesn't like it and he also likes it at the same time. It'll be fun to use whoever you want, but it'll kind of ruin the point of squad building. What happens to icons? So I agree with that. I think a big part of FIFA is trying to make these cool hybrids and stuff. I do agree with that. I also think a lot of the peak of FIFA is in the past, and we just need to accept it and start adapting to this kind of newer FIFA. It's not the same FIFA we've been playing for 12 years. On the flip side, players like Nunez and Talisca can go straight into your team. I mean, it's a good point, right? It's a good point. And if you think about early FIFA, you've got these players every single year that are gold rares. They're just absolutely crazy, but nobody uses them because they're just in way too hard. It's just too hard to link them, right? Even if you looked at a player early on in FIFA, right? You look at maybe Corona or you look at Grimaldo. These guys might be good, but the amount of players it's going to take around them that are going to be average is the reason why people don't use them. Because, yes, they are good, but they're just too hard to link even with the players around them. You look at Luis Diaz, right? Imagine how good a Luis Diaz would be early on in FIFA with no need to really do this chemistry thing. 4-star, 86 agility, 92 pace. You're not going to have to get suffocated in this top 5 leagues thing every year in the beginning of FIFA with chemistry, and you can go out there and be a little bit more unique. Imagine a Lucas Verissimo. So you are going to see a lot more, I think, diversity in teams, because at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to this type of thing with building teams, the meta players are always going to find a way to use the meta players. You can make the most meta team in FIFA right now, and there's no problems. So chemistry or not, it's still going to end up always being the thing where even if there's going to be a guy who's going to be an 8 or 10 chem in a top meta team, people are always going to do it. So I'm excited to see this. I like that we're getting change. I personally feel like FIFA's the same thing every year. So for me, this makes me look forward to it. I think it's really interesting. This guy says it's really dead. So I think I think it's cool because I think you're going to be able to use whoever you want. And I love that, right? I think if you get a sick player in the MLS, there's going to be a lot of gold rares that get a lot of attention in the beginning of the game that didn't in previous FIFAs because they were too hard to link. Okay, other news, right? We're going to get crossplay in all game modes, including Ultimate Team. Now, EA have already kind of introduced crossplay in friendlies. If you guys haven't noticed already, when you guys are playing friendlies, if you do have crossplay on, I've been playing against some players on Xbox in the online friendlies and stuff like that. So that is already a thing. It's only going to be on the new gen consoles, I believe, and PC is going to new gen next year. So it'll be PC, it'll be PlayStation 5 and Xbox One will all be crossplay together. I am most likely going to be playing on PC because the FPS is amazing on PC, and now that they're going to get new gen, I will most likely use one of my older computers as a streaming PC and then do my gaming off this PC in the future, which is I'm looking forward to a lot. I think it's awesome. I also, guys, have heard the concerns about people saying there's hackers on PC. I have been playing Rat to Glory on PC for like 2 full seasons, 3 months. I didn't even play one hacker the whole time. So maybe it's a thing outside of North America. I don't know. I really haven't played hackers. I know the only types of hackers in that game are players that farm drafts sometimes. They've got some like no loss glitch in draft. That's the only thing I've heard of. And I even played draft and I never experienced it. So World Cup DLC is returning. This is interesting. This will be EA's last kind of run with this, but this will be cool. We had World Cup mode in FIFA 18, and obviously earlier FIFAs. This will be cool. I know Konami also has the rights to doing this too, so that'll be interesting. Juventus is going to return, and the J League is going to be removed. So that's some more FIFA 23 news. You know, in terms of just formation stuff real quick, you know, it's come a long way, guys, where, you know, we used to have these older FIFAs, right, where people were like trading formation cards, and this used to be a thing because people had to put formation cards. You know, now we're getting rid of a lot of the position modifiers. They're doing the secondary position thing, which I think is really cool. There's not really chemistry anymore. There's more of a star rating, which will make sense when you think about it towards the secondary position thing, because I think squad building as a whole is going to be completely different, right? I think that this star rating for chemistry, there's going to be something going on with the secondary position stuff. But even if you take a look at this, like when Nep was building a 4-4-2 team here, if you guys didn't play older FIFAs, you had to not only go with the loyalty and get that going, you had to get formation cards on what formation you wanted to play. So you had to go through, and the most popular formations were really expensive in the older FIFAs. I remember buying 4-2-2 cards for like $3K. So you had to do this. So FIFA's really come a long way. Will we miss this at some point? You know, maybe. But the amount of coins and time you end up spending every day, you know, you freaking log on just to try to make this thing work is insane. And we've slowly moved away from it. EA got rid of fitness, I think, a year or two ago. I think 2 years ago. We used to have to buy fitness cards. So the people that were playing FIFA 17, 18, and 19, you used to actually have to pay more for fitness cards than a lot of people would make in a full weekend league. Like a lot of people, unless you got like Elite 3, were not making money from weekend league because you had to buy 30,000 coins plus of fitness cards a weekend. It used to be the largest scam we ever had. So we've come a long way, and it's going to look a lot different than it used to. By the way, I think the FIFA menus in the past looked better than they do now. I mean, these menus I love. So just wanted to kind of showcase that. And besides that, it's a lot of changes if you think about it, right? Squad building changing, crossplay, and then you've also got no more. You're going to have this secondary position thing, and everyone's going to link to each other. This is awesome, in my opinion. I think it's a great change in the future for FIFA 23. Not only that, guys, but we're starting to get a little bit of leaks coming in here. We've got brand new heroes. We've got Yaya Toure. We've got Peter Crouch. We've got Marquisio. Now, some of these cards are going to be really good. All right, some of these guys are going to be insanely good. And I'm just going to kind of point that out there. I'll go back to, like, maybe let's just go with, I'm thinking FIFA 16 or maybe, yeah, let's try FIFA 16. Some of these players, guys, are going to have insane cards to start. You know, this year we only had a couple that we really thought were relevant. But people forget, I mean, Marquisio used to be a baller. He used to be rated in FIFA relatively high for most of the time. I mean, Marquisio was like a solid, almost all 80 stats midfielder, 86 in FIFA 17. So this was a guy that was a very good midfielder in the Serie A for many years. So he should have a really good card. I would assume. I think he'll have a very good card. You talking Yaya Toure? That's another player that's gonna have a really good card. Yaya Toure, most FIFAs, was super good. I gotta search nationality here. I can't search nationality. Excuse me. My mouse keeps dragging. I gotta get rid of Italy. But yes, guys. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this because I think I haven't even looked at the other leaked heroes. I just actually bookmarked that guy so we could talk about it. Did I not do this right? Excuse me. Okay. Where's Yaya Toure? Where is Yaya Toure? What am I seeing? Oh, I'm searching FIFA 22. I'm sorry, guys. I'm an idiot here. Okay, we're gonna go FIFA 17. I can't do this, man. I'm struggling, guys. Don't leave me, guys. I'm almost here. I promise. I've almost arrived at my destination. Okay, we've arrived at our destination. Now, again, as you can see, Yaya Toure for many years, okay, 83, 84, and he used to have a crazy card. I think FIFA 12, FIFA 13, he was really nuts. Really nuts. Like, very expensive for the most of the year. So you can expect this card, I think, could be very similar to, like, a Hullet type player. I really think he's going to be good. I'm very much looking forward to him. Simeone's a bit of a fun one. Lucio. Now, if EA do it right, Lucio was insane. So we'll see what Lucio's card is in FIFA. Lucio was in the, I believe, the FIFA 12 Team of the Year. I believe. Now, don't quote me. And I don't even know. I'm going to have to zoom out here to get FIFA 12. Because it is that long ago. I know, it's crazy. But let's search Lucio here. And Lucio's base card in FIFA 12 was insane. I mean, this guy had 76 pace, which back in the day was very good. I think one of these years he had a Team of the Year. I thought he did at least. Maybe he didn't. But again, you can see very high rated center back and very good center back, right? 78 pace, FIFA 11. So I was using this guy with Julio Cesar a lot, and I'm expecting his card to be really good. Looking forward to that. Dirk had an end of an era card recently. Peter Crouch, you know, probably would be labeled more of that fun one to use. And then we also got a new release today. They don't know if he's a hero or an icon. I think he is going to be an icon. And I would say that because he's an icon in PES, and he's very high rated. Now, I'm not saying that Konami and EA are working together, but that would just be my assumption based on kind of how he is in PES. He's actually really good in PES. So we'll see if he's good in FIFA. A lot of players in PES. He was an amazing player. But we'll see what EA comes out with and does here. But very excited to see kind of more new icons and heroes getting added. I think the more, the better. Obviously, the more that EA add in, the more different players you're going to see in squads, right? And I think it's almost a thing this year in FIFA where, like, I see so many different types of players sometimes, like squads that I don't even know half the players that people have in their teams. But I really don't mind that. I really do not mind that, guys, at all. This apparently is the real, like, leak here. And, you know, 5-star weak foot and 4-star skills for the United Legend. So this will be interesting. I think this looks sick for early on squad building. But again, chemistry is not even a thing. So that makes this whole thing with heroes a lot different too, where, you know, you're going to see players that maybe aren't in the league or something. It's just not really a thing anymore, right? We've got the star rating coming out. So looking like a really good card early on, and looking like a card that, you know, maybe is going to give that hero, captain's hero boost to at the end of the year. And I guess you could say milk another promo, right? Because that's what EA kind of go ahead and do. So yeah, guys, FIFA 23, I mean, this is a lot of news considering it's only June. Usually we don't get any of these leaks until August. So I would say to you guys that I think this is a good sign with FIFA 23. The fact that we already have this much kind of coming out leak-wise and information-wise, I think it's promising for a lot of change to be going on next year, I think. Now, I'm hoping that we're going to see a lot more additionally with co-op. I'm praying, because I think that the future, and I think gaming, the main necessity needs to be that you're gaming with your friends, and I think FIFA really struggles with that. I think we need to have a ranked mode for that. I think there just needs to be more with that. That's really on my wish list for things that I want to see. Let me know in the comments down below for FIFA 23 what you guys are looking forward to and what you guys are requesting and what you guys want. I am almost 100% sure that different game developers that are making football games, whether it's FIFA, Konami, Goals, all these games, UFL, I'm almost fully convinced that they are watching content in this community, whether it's mine or it's not mine. So, especially when it's a video like this, guys, put your comments down below. Let them know, let people know that are watching around these videos and looking for ideas, what you guys think should be included in this video. Obviously, I always have my ideas and I speak about them. And thanks for watching another video, guys. Have a great week, and I appreciate you guys. And now we got to close all these tabs because we got way too many open. Peace.